Diapers in the trunk like a getaway plan. Juice box in one hand, justice in the other hand. We're the mafia, don't mess around. Sippy cups and justice, we run this town. Crime solving carpool, we're on the go. Mama's got a minivan, but don't you know? Than a courthouse file, but we solve the case with a knowing smile. Puzzles on the floor, puzzles in the streets. Every bedtime story's got a mystery beat. The PTA can't handle this heat. We're serving snacks and serving receipts. But don't you know? Baby wipes, alibis, we clean up fast. No mystery too big, no stone left uncast. We're the bedtime enforcers, naptime protectors, undercover moms, the true crime collectors. Baby wipes, alibis, we clean up fast. No mystery too big, no stone left uncast. We're the bedtime enforcers, naptime protectors, undercover mobs, the true crime collectors.
Force of nature, strong and kind, voice for those who can't speak their mind, sees the world through a lens so clear, finds the truth without any fear. Oh, she's warming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding. Counseling hearts so wise and true, in her mind visions of the new, sees potential in every soul, loves her compass, loves her goal. Oh, she's warming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understand. Counseling hearts so wise and true, in her mind visions of the new, sees potential in every soul, loves her compass, loves her goal. Oh, she's warming it up day and night, with a heart that's growing bright, helping those who need a hand, guiding them to understanding. Advocate for every child, lending ears and running wild, shines a light in the darkest place, fighting battles with modest grace.
Running a PTA,
with a smile so sweet. Hands in the air like she's got a preach.
Hi everyone, welcome in. Starting in about, maybe 5 minutes for everybody in the replay.
With a voice so clear, lifting up kids,
and if wants to grab a drink or a snack.
Like a newsroom star, helping hearts heal from near and far.
I'm just pulling up the full videos so we can go over them. Just getting those full videos about, oh my gosh, the stuff that I've missed. Can't believe it. I was watching this lady who had one of her foster children in this dog crate, and I have the full video that the neighbor took, so I'm just loading that now. So I'd say maybe 3 or 4 more minutes and then we'll get started. Thank you guys for coming by. Did you guys see this already? If so, let me know what you think about it. I'm shocked. But thank goodness for the neighbor, Joshua. Oh no, Joshua Threatt is the neighbor that found the little girl walking barefoot in the snow. Justin Anderson is the one that found the poor girl in the dog crate. Can you believe our world sometimes? Really, my gosh.
The dawn, she's got her armor on, fighting for those who can't, champion with a loving chant.
Thank you so much, Anne and PJ. I appreciate you. Oh, Little Red was here earlier. I gotta figure out why that keeps happening. I don't remember having these problems with the time of the streams until like the last, I don't know. Well, actually, I kind of remember in the summer it happened sometimes. But I don't remember it ever happening last year or anything. So I don't know what's going on with that. And I'm so sorry because that would annoy me if somebody's constantly changing and not telling you. Lifting lives both near and far. Oh, she's momming it up with a heart so tough. How are you doing, Ann? How are you holding up with the holidays? And how are you today?
Tough, advocate for every child, makes the world a little more wild. Makes the world a little more wild. Makes the world a little more wild.
To be honest, I really just want to hear this song because I forgot what songs we had, so I can delete them and put some new music in. But this will be the last one, and then I'll start it up for you guys. Respect overdue. Every day is a hustle, but I wouldn't trade it. Crew daughter shines bright, love her special ways. Gardener, true crime are keeping busy all day. Counselor's wisdom, I'm here to stay. Momming it up, come what may. Momming it up, yeah, I'm living the dream. Love's battlefield never as hard as it seems. I'm dying for some wheelchairs, got my team, giving my all. Life is a stream, chatting about mystery. mysteries in the midnight glow, planting seeds of patience. Watch them grow. Whoa, whoa, let the garden show. Momming it up. Ain't got time for no slow. Shelter shines bright, lover special ways. Gardener, true crime are keeping busy all day. Counselor's wisdom, I'm here to stay. Momming it up, come what may. Daughter shines bright, lover special ways. Gardener, true crime are keeping busy all day. Counselor's wisdom, I'm here to stay. Momming it up, come what may. But momming it up, yeah, I'm living the dream. Love's battlefield never as hard as it seems. From diapers to wheelchairs, got my team, giving my all. Life is a stream, momming it up, yeah, I'm living the dream. Love's battlefield never as hard as it seems. From diapers to wheelchairs, got my team, giving my all. Life is a stream. Life is a stream. Love is a stream. Chatting about mysteries in the midnight glow, planting seeds of patience. Watch them grow. Whoa, whoa, let the garden show. Momming it up, ain't got time for no slow.
Well, welcome, y'all. Sorry my lighting is bad. I am still on bed rest. Probably, well, not complete bed rest, like when you're, pregnant, but it feels just a fortress.
Baby in my arms as I rock this tune.
How do I, why is this not, what is going on?
Wheels on the move, warrior on the front lines, respect overdue. Every day is a hustle, but I wouldn't trade it, crew.
It finally stopped. I think it stopped. Let me know how the audio is, because I just don't feel good enough to sit at the computer desk, so I'm using the laptop. But I wanted to welcome y'all to Momming It Up. For anybody that is watching this on the replay or anybody new, since I'm streaming in multiple places now. And what we're doing here is diving into the heart of true crime, trying to do it with a little bit of empathy, a dash of my newfound Southern sass, a whole lot of real talk, and I am CC Ann. A lot of people will call me by my regular street name, which is Charity Ann. That's a new thing, but it's not a secret that my name's Charity Ann, but I've always been called CC Ann when doing podcasting and even in my Gigundo family growing up, which was kind of odd because it's not like there was many charities. I mean, really, it's not that common. So I'm kind of like the Mama Bear host, advocating as much as I can for the vulnerable, unpacking some of the mysteries with everybody else. I enjoy chatting back and forth with you and trying to keep it real for the caregivers like myself and many of you that watch me, who we kind of just need that break. We need that respite. And our hobby is trying to, piece things together and understand different things. And we get sucked into different true crime, like to watch court cases. And, well, you guys know, we've all been doing it for quite some time. And before we jump in, I just wanted to have a quick note, for those sweet souls who have asked how y'all can help with things with the kids. And I did get an Amazon wish list up for that. It's something that I always use in my regular everyday life. If I see something that works good for the kids at one of the therapists or, at one of those places that you can go in and out of, those kid gyms and stuff, I'll add it to the list. I don't normally post that list. When I share it with family, I try to go through and fix it up. I just can't right now. So if anybody would like, that's what I would recommend. Just going to the Amazon list. Anything that's on it is definitely stuff that would be used for the benefit of their sensory room or physical therapy, ABA, everything and above. As you all know, that stuff is quite expensive, so I keep that Amazon list in case grandma or, somebody asks, hey, is there anything that, we could help you out with? Like the year that the swing set broke, that was devastating, and we didn't really want to invest in a very expensive swing set. So the grandparents asked, and they were very kind. Sadly, I don't have my Nana anymore, but still have my mother-in-law, God bless her, and my mom. But I really appreciate you guys for asking, and I did get a couple things that were sent that actually arrived today, which was so thoughtful. I cannot thank you enough. Of course, all of y'all that have hit the Powerball and we're feeling generous, thank you. Those couple $1 million to the Cash App. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, I would really appreciate if you just did the Amazon list if you want to buy anything. I don't, of course you can send a gift if you want to support the channel, but I'd much rather it go towards something sensory related or, developmental. But really, honestly, just watching me and sharing me and hanging out with me and engaging is the most helpful because I am monetized here. And while it might not be a lot, this is going to be the only income that I have for quite some time because it does look like there's going to be a long road that's coming my way. And that's fine. We'll get through it. And I know it'll be great, but I don't want anybody to ever feel with the economic times that we're in that you have to take money from your pocket to send to me and my family. Just watching, just hanging out, sharing is absolutely the best thing you can do above praying, right? Because the prayers I will never decline. Unless you're praying to something sinister, then can you just send me some of your positive energy? Because I know not everybody believes in Jesus. Not everybody's prayer warriors. That's totally cool. I love each and every one of you just the same. But it's beyond appreciated, truly and honestly. And y'all, I'd be celebrating 10 years breast cancer free on January 5th of 2025. So I'm praying that when I have the hysterectomy and the surgery, that I'm still celebrating remission. So I expect a lot of lives coming up as I navigate this season. And it takes my mind off of everything and it keeps me going. So let's grab our coffees or our Red Bulls, which I'm not drinking as much of anymore. Unfortunately, I'm still sneaking it because I'm not dietary restricted. If anything, I'm fattening up. I mean, I have my mom here, my mother-in-law, they're cooking. I had biscuits with tons of butter today. I have another band because I have to go in and out for the IVs. So, but you guys take my mind off of everything and just talking and deep diving. So if you want to grab your snacks, settle on in, we're going to do some momming it up together. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button now and join the family. We've got the live chats. We're going to do trivia. We're going to do different giveaways. I still have different giveaways by some of the people. They're all digital. I will never ask for your addresses. Anything that we ever do on the channel is always going to be a digital giveaway. Just so you know, no shade to anybody that asks for people's addresses. It's just I feel more comfortable that if somebody wants to sponsor giving something away, then I would much rather it be where you can have it emailed to you or text. We can, you can call my Google number or text, stuff like that. I have a horrible lag right now, so let me get this. Let me turn the camera off. Oh, wow, look at that. Camera does not look good in the dark. Oof. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me turn the camera off. I think it's just not enough lighting. Okay. There we go. And all the way over here in the corner. Oh, it sounds like the baby's giving Dad a heck of a time out there a little bit. He's really getting into the terrible twos. So again, if you are new, if you don't mind subscribing, joining the family, we're going to call it the Momfia. And we're going to be having a lot of fun. I have to figure out what to do the next couple months. So if you guys have any suggestions, I'd be grateful for anybody to email or leave it in the comments or let me know in chat. So All right, well, let's kick it off with just some quick housekeeping again before we dive into today's deep waters, because I just got your text. So I did already say that, but I'll say again, a huge thank you to all of y'all who have been sending the prayers and the well wishes. Obviously, I am not in the hospital anymore. Praise be to God. I did spend over a week in the critical care unit. It was unbelievably scary, and I really didn't think I was going to make it. I couldn't even speak. But then we found out that delirium is caused by the kidneys, and I know lots of people have gone through similar experiences. So believe me, it gave me a whole new wake-up call as to burning the candle on both ends, being a caregiver, which is something we all do, right? Regardless if we have children or we have special needs children, a lot of times we burn the candle at both ends. We're working until we're 80 years old. We're going constantly, right? And sometimes our bodies say, that's it, we're done. We've had it with you. And thankfully, I was given another chance. I've just seen so many people that you would not know anything was happening. And then all of a sudden they're out of here. They're having heart failure. They're having heart attacks. It's heartbreaking. It's almost as bad as the cases that we're seeing. That little Red just highlighted one on her TikTok and YouTube of unalivings by caregivers, the people that are supposed to love children the most, right? We're seeing that all the time. And then we're also seeing a lot of people just burnt out and their bodies just quit, it seems. So I'm going to do the best I can to try to get through this and stick around for the kiddos and to annoy all of you with my content, right? So, I don't know. This stint in critical care was one scary ride, but what are you going to do, right? We all go through feeling like the world's spinning out of control at some times, especially if you're in a hospital, hooked up to all kinds of machines, the beeping all night. It's just awful. And the hardest part is, seeing the worry that was in the kids' eyes and my husband, and still seeing the worry right now. It's something that I've never experienced before in my entire life, is having other people coming and having to take care of me. I've never experienced that. In fact, I've kind of always been the caregiver because I was raised by my grandparents. So, it's just shocking. Oh, and it does this thing now where it streams to the horizontal and the vertical. It's weird. And on StreamYards, it doesn't tell me what chat anybody's in. So I don't know if you guys are on Momming It Up, if you're on the Shade of Suspicion, or if well, I know you're not on X because X doesn't show up in StreamYards. And I don't think the TikTok shows up in StreamYards. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's not off yet, KJ? Why isn't it off? It's supposed to be snowflakes. What is happening? Oh, I was so excited that my cousin did this for me earlier. They're trying to make me feel better. Everybody's really trying, because I don't know what to do with myself. I can't stand being stuck in here. But after one of the infusions, I am not supposed to be up and about. All right, I refreshed it all. Did it stop it? Is it now just the snowflakes? I don't know why that did that. That's terrible. That's only supposed to be on in the beginning. That's not supposed to be going the whole time. Well, anyway, Tracy, I think I did cover all of this, like 5-10 minutes ago, but the surgery can wait till after the holidays. I'm probably not going to do too much talking about this on my lives, but maybe in the members area. And I'll definitely drop I think the membership is like $1 anyway, or maybe I'll just keep certain updates on TikTok. But here, I really like to kind of just focus more on the case stuff, because it's really my respite, and it just feels odd talking about ourselves when we're talking about such serious, devastating, tragedies. At least for me, maybe in time I won't feel that way. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But Anne and all of you are always welcome if you want to come do a stream with me or pick a topic sometime. Just send me an email or text me. I don't know where your number is in my phone, and I'm sure I could find it. But that's always an offer that I have for all of you if you ever would like. So I just want to say, we've all got memories to make, right? It's the holidays. Most of us have lights to hang. We have joy to share if we're still here. Even if it's in honor of someone that we have lost, enjoy it. Try to make the best of it no matter what we're going through. And, if you have gone through something similar or you know anybody, please know you're not alone. You could just drop a heart in the comments on the replay. And I hope that we can try to support each other and build up a little community of Momfia members. And, that's that now for all of the mom and stuff. But thank you, Tracy, so much for the message. So let's get into the swamp, or what, we are wading through this swamp in this true crime world. Right, y'all? I'm sure that you can totally understand what I mean, that it feels murkier every day, doesn't it? Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Is that better on the eyes? A lot of the backgrounds and the overlays are too much, especially the one that glittery, glitzy one, So I really appreciate the honest feedback, because nobody wants to watch a screen that's going to, give you a headache or, God forbid, seizures. Sometimes people can get them. And I'll always let you know if it's more podcast style. Obviously, when we're not playing a video, it is. But the video we're going to play in a minute or two, I have to give a trigger warning for that, because it is horrible. But I think it's so important that we really have a sincere conversation about see something, say something. And if we don't pay attention to these kinds of things, because they make us all uncomfortable, right? So we don't want to. But if we don't, then we're not going to know. What if we had a neighbor? Or what if we passed something, right? And you're going to see what I'm talking about in a moment. And I'm so sorry for all of you that had to suffer through that. And thanks to KJ and Anne and Tracy for letting me know that our dancing Christmas was still neon bright. But yeah, y'all, it feels murkier every day. I didn't really miss anything in the genre, right, of the drama stuff, it seems. That whole networking thing that we all, somehow from watching Sebastian or Summer. It's not just there, though. My For You page was full of all kinds of stuff. And then all these cases that are just horrible cases. And I'm just waiting for justice. I just want justice for the victims, the families, the loved ones, right? And for us. Wouldn't it be nice to finally see one of these cases and be able to watch justice unfold, or just a nice arrest to one of these? I almost said the bastard word. Sorry, guys. Just get locked up, even though it doesn't change anything. Or find, the baby was the Herrero. Oh my gosh, the baby that the California couple in the parking lot. I'm having a mind blank. Hi, Cinderella. How are you? I don't know. It just, it got to me. Like in the hospital, I was on a different laptop, that my family member had let me use. And so I wasn't logged into the YouTube, but for the last few days I was there, I needed some background, to listen to. And I was just astonished how many creators, they just are not truly here at all for the victims or the families. Forget anything to do with any truth. I've been really interested in like some new people that I have found from watching Hillbilly True Crime, like Brian Enton. We all know I like Chris McDonough, but there's a lot of these smaller independent investigative journalists. They're giving me a lot of hope. That's one positive. So I don't mean to be so blanket statement when I'm saying that, but it was just, I'm like, can't believe it. I mean, nope, they're like backpedaling straight for their bank accounts, chasing the clicks, the coins, while the real lives hang in the balance of it all. And I'm like, there's no empathy. Where's the care? It's rare. It's like rarer. What did my son say? Rarer than diamonds in dirt. It's almost like the needle in the haystack saying. I mean, really, like the heartbreak is now a hustle. The exploiting stories for profit without any shred of genuine compassion. You have family members. I mean, we're going to get to that last. Duchess for the Missings live with Sebastian Rogers' mother, Katie Proudfoot, the last one to see supposedly be with her son. It's just like shocking. At the core, true crime discussion should honor vulnerable. We should be seeking justice, right? Building awareness and not lining anybody's pockets. And I'm just hoping that some of us can be loud and clear that we really need more ethics. We need more heart. We need less greed, especially lying greed. And I don't think we really should be advocating and encouraging parents if their children are missing and they're still not cleared really to be all over the YouTubes like this. Something just doesn't feel right with it. And that's just my personal opinion. But it feels like I don't think it's a good thing. And don't get me wrong, we all know with Sebastian, Seth is out there. The man's devastated. He talks about his son. Whenever you do get to hear him on a show or a live, it's all about his son. And he's always talking positive things and positive memories. And it's heartbreaking. So I don't really want to include him in what I'm saying because it's not about anybody right now. I just mean overall. Because we have such horrible stuff that's happening. And I just don't get, is this what we really want to make famous people? Look at Gypsy Rose Blanchard and how famous people are becoming after they've committed some pretty bad crimes. And when somebody's missing, I mean, I just don't think it's good to make it look like you can be making money and become famous when you don't know where your own children are. So if you are one of the good ones, and we do have some good ones that I have really enjoyed meeting, and I've enjoyed going on panels like Lady Freedom's panel. She's been so kind and definitely likes to try to talk about, all different things. Please shine bright because my gosh, this world really needs you. Really needs everyone. Every single one that has just a little bit of empathy and a little moral compass. Because I know none of us are perfect. And believe me, my give a damn has broken. I'm not the same person I even was a year ago. To be honest, this experience online has kind of changed my perception on a lot of things. So speaking of the good ones, I think we should start off talking about an actual hero in my mind. Instead of starting off on a very sad, upsetting story, right? That we have been going over a lot of them. I think let's talk about Joshua Threatt first. Excuse me. Have any of you heard of Joshua Threatt from this week? Hey, Ann. In the future, I'm going to share the other YouTube, but right now I'm trying to keep them separate because I don't want the other channel botted. That's the problem. But once I get this channel back out in the algorithm, and when I mean botted, I mean like when people send over 20 or 30 accounts, sometimes they're logged in under 5 or 10, and then they all come at once and they all leave at once, then it kicks me out of the algorithm. I'm momming it up. So that's why I haven't, excuse me, shared the other YouTube channel. But if you email me, I can give it to you. You just want to wait until that kind of stops. Just because right now I definitely could use the extra little bit of cash that's coming from being monetized, you know? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Tracy. I think it would be good. Let's talk a little bit about Joshua Threatt. I haven't gotten to watch the full video of him walking the little girl to school, but I did see a quick clip of it. And I was able to get it screen recorded. I went to his Facebook and I was able to get some screen recordings of some of his updates that he's given to us since it happened. So this man has been out here, boots on the ground, and he's like really become like an advocate in so many ways. Joshua, if you ever end up seeing this, because I know you've been looking into a lot of the live streams and videos that have been posted about you, I just wanted to thank you for reminding us what true heroism, I can't even say the word today, heroism looks like in this mess that we're in this world right now. Because watching you walking that little girl to school was so uplifting and so encouraging, because he's absolutely right that it's beyond dangerous. We have people picking up kids and left and right. We have kids constantly going missing, constantly being, kidnapped, and the traffic situation all the time. So I just want to play Joshua and let you see just how amazing it is what he did for this little girl and how he brought her to school. And let me see if I can get this going. Just thought it was incredible.
So cold, man. Who fucking daughter is this, bro? Thank God.
Now, there is select language in here, but I mean, we're all adults. This is 18 and over.
Oh, I found this little girl walking past my crib, man. By herself, cold, man. Who fucking daughter is this, bro? Thank God I seen her. Somebody else could have just walked past and picked this little girl up, bro. These people is crazy out here, bro. She's out here walking by herself. How old is you? 6? Man. If that ain't crazy, bro. I swear some people don't need kids. I swear some people do not need kids, bro. I'm so happy I seen her and didn't nobody else see this little girl, man. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. walking in my area at that. That's crazy, man. I didn't want to put her in my car. I ain't about to, nah. So I got out and walked with her. She talking about she was walking to school. So I'm about to walk with her and make sure she go to this school. I feel like she don't. That's why I feel like she don't. Who damn daughter is this, bro? I need y'all motherfucking ass beat. I tell you that. Whoever daughter this is, y'all let your daughter walk out here with no fucking hat, no shoes. Thank God I fucking seen her. There's sick ass people out here. Thank God I seen this little girl, bro. And this shit got me so mad and angry. This shit got me so mad and angry, bro. Nigga got this little precious little girl just out here walking by her fucking self, bro. I ain't want to put her in my truck, bro. So I got out and walked with her, made sure she got to where the fuck she going. Bro, motherfuckers got this little girl out here just walking, bro. It's fucking crazy, bro. There's sick ass motherfuckers out here and people don't fucking care. That'd be the crazy part. Motherfuckers be out here don't give a fuck. I hate people like that. I hate people. I hate people with a fucking passion, bro. Oh, I'm so happy I seen this little girl. I feel so bad.
Let me give you a little background on Joshua. I went and got some information on Joshua. So he's a 36-year-old Detroit resident, father and digital creator that's known for his compassionate, he's very compassionate. He does a lot of compassionate actions. And he has a social media presence, which is why you can see he did a Facebook Live. And he gained widespread attention the other day on the 9th of December because he spotted this little 6-year-old girl walking alone to school in sub-freezing temperatures. And when I say sub-freezing, y'all, it was 10 to 12 degrees with the wind chills making it even colder than that. You know how the wind chill feel is? And it was on Detroit's west side. So when he's talking about how dangerous this area is, and you can see how upset he is, there's valid reasons that if you follow his live streams and stuff, is because he knows, she was in very dangerous circumstances, well beyond just her little feetsies being frozen cold because she had no shoes. I mean, it's just true heroism, really. Truly, this guy deserves every blessing that's coming to him now. Every blessing, in my opinion, for his heroic actions. And then to get out of his warm vehicle and walk with her. And the sad part is, people were judging him for not picking her up or not letting her in his car. But you can't this day and age, unfortunately. A lot of people are afraid to help because they don't want to get arrested. They don't want to get in trouble. They don't want false accusations. So I think what this man did was the best that anybody could do in that circumstance. What else could he do, really? So Threatt, who was out for a morning walk on 14th Street, he documented all this on a Facebook Live, and he was a mess, as you can see, tearing up as he thinks of all the dangers that she's faced, because he's a father. And he was emphasizing how much community vigilance is, right? We need to be vigilant in our communities. We need to be a village and help look out for each other. We have to be taking care and looking out for our most vulnerable, above all, our children, right? Our children, our seniors, our, special needs, disabled, our veterans. I mean, he's right, though. Some parents really don't deserve kids. But as you'll find longer in this, as we go on, he didn't want anybody calling Child Protective Services on the family just from watching the videos. There's a lot more to the story. And I agree that most of the time going that route is not helpful. What you need to do is have help. Sometimes you help each other, hold each other accountable in your own ways, uplift each other. But a lot of times when you report these things, these children are being taken from a bad situation to a horrific situation, which is going to be our second story on Kandice, this foster mom, aka Candy, that had her foster child with special needs locked in a dog cage in the freezing cold. Just like right now, even in Tennessee, where I moved to from New York, children are being left in children's hospitals. Children have to sleep on the floors of some of the social service buildings right now. There is no better homes for a lot of children. So as he learned more and he talked to the father and he talked to the mother, and you'll learn as we go on, you know, he doesn't necessarily feel like they don't deserve to have her. But at the moment, that's what you think, because it's not like she's eloping or wandering. She's literally walking herself to school. She knows she has to hurry up and get to her school. So his Facebook page has well over 40,000 likes before this happened, where he shares all of his personal stories. He tries to do some motivational stuff. And now this incident, which pushed him to go viral. He has no prior high public profile viral stories besides this one. But he appears like he's just your everyday community member online, you know. And in real life, he practices what he sits there and preaches. Tries to help out other people, believes karma, believes in God, believes in the Lord Jesus. In interviews that followed this, he stressed the importance of stepping in responsibly, noting that he chose to walk with the girl rather than drive her because he did have to protect himself from potential accusations. Like I said earlier, it is something that sadly a lot of us these days are faced with that when we come into these types of situations, right? And the police in Detroit confirmed the whole incident as well. So this is real. This wasn't staged. It's not fake, because this did lead to an investigation, obviously, right? The live stream obviously is going to lead to an investigation. The police had to be involved. We know the school had to report it. So there's a lot about this. Let's keep watching, and then we'll talk a little more about the little girl.
Shooter ended up on the news. I hate people with a fucking passion, bro. Oh, I'm so happy I seen this little girl. I feel so bad she would have ended up on the news. Damn, that shit got... Come on, little mama. She out here with no fucking hat, no fucking... I called the police. I don't play about fucking kids, man. Bro, I just seen her walking, bro. She said she'd go to this school. I'm trying to make sure she go to this school. I already called the police. I'm gonna sit here and make sure because if she not, I'm going to the police though.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, girl, who's the teacher? Miss Alexander? Okay, go on up there.
That's the teacher?
Yeah, that's her teacher here.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell the principal about that.
Yeah, man, because whoever her fucking parents is, that's fucked up, bro.
Okay.
Look, I just seen her walking. I don't know what. I'm trying to make sure she is student here.
Okay. Yeah, she is.
She is? Y'all know her?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, thank you,
appreciate it.
baby.
She probably scared. She was walking for about 10 blocks.
Where's your sister?
She probably scared. So many people just pulled up on that little girl. I'm so happy I seen her.
Thank you, baby. God gonna bless you too.
I'm so happy I seen her.
Yes. Thank you.
You see how upset he is? Because he knows. He's saying so many people were pulling up on the little girl. Like, he literally went back to walk with her. Thank God for this guy, right? I mean, geez. I can't even fathom it. And so far, I haven't seen anything on her parents. No, I haven't seen anything on her parents. Rue, I haven't. Have any of you guys heard any interviews or anything from her parents? But that a real man, like, it happens, you get emotional in this world, especially in the world we're in right now. I think that a real man crying, because what is anger and cry, it goes together. He's so furious. Can you believe? I mean, it's horrifying, because he knows exactly what those creeps would do if he wasn't right there. He knows exactly what they were going to do. It's horrible.
You safe now, okay? Something for him with you?
Oh my gosh, really, Cinderella?
Damn, that's crazy, man. I didn't want to put her in my truck because I didn't look like I was trying to do.
Hey, Ann.
Damn, dog. Damn, that shit just hurt me, bro. This motherfucker sick as fuck out here, dog. Got their kids out here walking, man. God damn, that's crazy, dog.
All right, so I'll fast forward to one of the updates that I saw that he had put up from his Facebook for us. But the 6-year-old, they said, walked over 10 blocks alone to Third Peel Elementary School, no shoes, socks, hat, or gloves, or even adequate winter clothing, even though it was freezing cold. She was shivering. She was really vulnerable, right? Because this is a real high-risk area, like Ann was just saying. It's a known high-risk area. So everything that he's saying, it's definitely, oh my gosh. So he accompanied her the entire way. He did talk to her and stuff to keep her calm. It's not just this short, little video where he's talking to us. And then the school officials, I guess, noted to Fox 2 Detroit that this wasn't the first time that she arrived alone in similar circumstances. And it did prompt immediate involvement from authorities. So the rumor has it that they had already kind of been involved. Her mother is Tequila Anderson, allegedly, according to different news outlets from what I'm reading. I almost feel like I shouldn't have said that. So, well, it is public. So, but allegedly that's what they're saying, and that they have multiple children. And she was charged with child endangerment. It says Detroit police and CPS are investigating with reports indicating prior incidents. As of today, the girl is safe, though details on her current placement are not publicly detailed because of privacy laws. Well, that I can understand. The case is highlighting that it's neglect tied to parental oversight, not abductions, and authorities are focusing on family dynamics rather than immediate removal. So, as I learned from listening to his stories and other people on the Facebook Lives, it seems like the sister was getting her ready for work. They have certain things going on in the family. The sister was getting her ready, to go to school. So I guess the dad works. And so it sounds like that is good, right? To try to work with the family and figure things out. Because as I said, sometimes what's going on with the agencies, you may think that these children are going to a better place. And right now, that is statistically right now, our child protective and our, adult protective services and stuff is a mess. It's a mess. It really is a mess. So Threatt has really urged everybody to please think about community-based resolutions over systemic interventions. He says he's never going to call CPS because he knows what that actually statistically may amount to in this day and time. Says he never wants to put no man, woman, or their family or the children in those types of situations. There's plenty of ways that we can resolve it without having to do those things to one another if we truly care about the child. CPS exists for a reason, and it should be the absolute last resort. He highlights a lot of vulnerabilities and things in the system, and that interventions lead to family separation way too quick because of poverty, lack of adequate supervision is often due to parents not being able to afford proper childcare. Therefore, younger siblings are often sent off to school with a sibling that also is going off to school. Not checking, not thinking, and just letting them run out the door. Threatt urges others to have approaches where parents can just ask each other and they can help walk each other to school. It's not like the old days where we used to walk in packs with our friends. It's definitely not safe to be a little girl walking alone, ever. Many say that the fact that he walked her to school safely, and he did call police, and the school always goes and calls and does things, it does reflect his beliefs in handling situations through direct community support first to avoid the trauma and removal that seems to be immediately happening to most children, especially if the parents are going through a poverty situation. Really, I can't, I have to agree that I do think that most of the time we should really be trying to get reform and things fixed when it comes to CPS, because some of these workers are overworked. Some of the workers, it's just really bad. And we can talk about that another time. There's some amazing ones, don't get me wrong, but I just think it really should be a last resort. It really, really should. I mean, let's be realistic here. The data that we have is bad. They're putting kids frequently in horrible conditions. The abuse rates are skyrocketing, guys. I mean, really, y'all, they're skyrocketing. As of this year, over 328,000 children are now in foster care. And they're saying that 40% of the foster children are going through maltreatment, physical, sexual, emotional, all kinds of different abuses, far higher than the general populations. Back in 2017, there was an analysis that was hypothesized from a group of 333 former foster youth having a significant portion, potentially 28 to 31% based on research, reporting abuse in the foster home, contradicting lower official claims, and most of it was backed by evidence. So nationally now, we have 558,899 children confirmed victims of abuse or neglect annually. That's yearly. That's yearly, y'all, yearly. With so many of these cases occurring post-placement in foster care. And that's what's going to take us right into Miss Kandice Thompson. She exemplifies this. The 60-year-old Texas foster caregiver that was just arrested in November for locking her 22-year-old adopted daughter with disabilities in a dog kennel. In a dog kennel, y'all. I'm going to play that next. I hope that you are prepared. If you do not want to see these things, well, then I wouldn't watch, because it is heartbreaking. But I kind of feel like if you're on the channel, trigger warnings are already evident, because we're talking about different cases, true crime and advocating, right? I will tell you before we watch this that this this young lady was removed. So were 2 other foster siblings. And this woman was arrested. But I want to remind us that such horrors are not isolated, and Human Rights Watch reports are reporting the system often is removing children. They're literally removing children based on poverty, neglect, not abuse. They had been charging people with transportational neglect in the area of New York that I had lived in. When in that area, buses were part of your taxes. The public schools had busing for all students, regardless of where you lived. And when you have an IEP for a special needs child or a 504 plan, and busing door-to-door transportation is on a lot of those plans and IEPs for children. And then they have to send a minivan or an SUV or some sort of transportation service directly to the home to bring your child to and from school. And it was so devastating because people were getting charged with transportational, educational neglect. Meanwhile, that can't even exist because it's not New York City. And they were saying because the parent is responsible to get the child to school on time, no matter what. That it's the parent's responsibility, not the bus, even though the bus was part of what was part of the public school system. And it is in a lot of areas a part of your public school system, and it actually is part of the schooling. So they were charging parents with neglect that weren't able to get their child to school on time because maybe they had special needs, maybe the parents were disabled, maybe they wait so long for the bus that by the time they get in the car and drive and load other children up, I mean, it's just disgusting. And then I heard story after story that now a lot of people are getting charged with poverty neglect. It just doesn't make sense, y'all. It doesn't make sense. And here we are on YouTube with people calling child protective services on one another. Now, don't get me wrong. If you see something physical or really horrible, I do think that you should try to make sure that somebody's aware, that can do something. I'm not saying that we should ever see something horrific happen on a live stream and support it or anything. But calling CPS because you don't like somebody, because they're up at night, especially parents of autistic children, you have no idea what the schedule is or why. My schedule changed to complete 160 or 180, 360. Because my daughter went through a couple years with her autism of having a horrible sleep pattern. So I would have to sleep in shifts to make sure that there was no way for her to get out of the house or for her to get hurt trying to scale the baby gates and all different things that you go through when you have special needs children. And then my little boy, he had a botched surgery that was supposed to be a very simple procedure, most common birth defect for club feet. The most common surgery. It's a procedure where they just cut the Achilles tendon so that as the foot straightens out from casts and braces, that muscle isn't tight. So it is has a much better chance of actually being completely fixed. And the hospital, it turned out, had severed his main artery in the nerve endings. So he would get up every couple hours and he'd want a bottle and he would need to be soothed back to sleep. And then finally, we had a second opinion that went in and did an exploratory type of procedure to see if something could have happened. And that's what they discovered did happen. So my schedule was crazy too. And a lot of parents, that's what we go through. We might work overnight. We have overnight daycare centers, nurses, doctors. Many people work 12-hour shifts 3 or 4 days in a row. Judging parents that are up on live streams at night is ridiculous. You don't know the person, you don't know their life. But definitely calling authorities, wasting police officers' time and stuff is horrendous. I can't believe that anybody's supporting it. I don't even care if it comes out one day that it was all an act, it was all a grift. I don't give a crap. That stuff is just wrong. And I don't know how people can ever even pretend to enjoy true crime and be advocates or, stand for victims and want justice. Because in my mind, there's no justice. This is like not okay. Especially calling CPS. I think it's horrible that you would put that kind of trauma onto the children. It's not a pleasant experience. Believe me, I had an asshole, sorry for the cursing, because of covering Sebastian Rogers. In my opinion, I'm pretty darn confident that I have plenty of reasons to believe that's where it came from. That did it to me and my family. And I recorded it all because I was so deeply disturbed that I didn't honestly know what kind of nonsense was going on. So when I went into the office, I wanted to see the person in person. I went in there, I saw the supervisor, I documented all of it. None of us should be doing that. Nobody should be calling police and any of that on people that we don't know. It's absurd. And karma's not going to be very nice, because if you truly care about the children, you would look into all of this. And I know all of you watching now would never do these things, and you don't ever waste valuable resources. But I feel like we have so many people that they do. They break up with somebody, they start calling CPS all the time. They get mad at a neighbor or a friend, they start calling CPS all the time. It's disgusting. That's why I think we need reform. We shouldn't have anonymous calling, in my opinion. People shouldn't be able to do whatever they want and have no accountability. False reporting is supposed to be a crime. Oh, I know. It's horrible. Oh, yes, Dan. I remember you sharing that with me. So basically, all I'm saying is that I wholeheartedly, and for all of you that are new, you'll learn that I do believe it takes a village. I do believe that we need a lot of changes in this country. A lot of our systems are broken and flawed, and it's a disaster. And as we go over this horrible dog kennel situation, I just want to remind everyone, that I do think that sometimes we have to kind of really look past the persona that somebody might put on, because this guy even said himself that he had heard this many times before, and it didn't register to him that there was a person in the dog kennel. It's just horrifying. Hey, NJ, how are you? Yeah, I definitely think we have the same types of things kind of happening everywhere now. And I think it's really broad compared to, we used to know, oh, these areas never really have crime. They never have, unalivings. We'd always hear this is the first time somebody went missing since, 50 years or ever documented. But now it's like a lot of the areas that I even hear that were always, better with crime and are going downhill. It's awful what's happening. But Joshua Threatt has done so much, and he's finally getting, much recognition that he deserves. He's starting to get financially blessed, and I believe that when you see this guy, if you go to his Facebook and you watch his videos, it couldn't happen to a better person. And so often I feel like all of the good guys finish last, right? It's like nobody wants anything to do with recognizing it's always a competition. People are always out there creating fake stories. People create fake real videos of saving children, or even true crime. Sometimes they're doing fake stuff. Not in this, I'm not talking about anybody we all talk to or watch, but it's like a thing. So to finally see a good Samaritan, that's been doing the right thing, get recognition is wonderful. And I'm happy to hear that at least in this case, they're trying to help the family. They're trying to, find ways to really actually help them and keep them together the way that I think this was supposed to be designed. But it's just not happening. But then we have Candy, who, thank goodness, she was thrown into the cling. This woman, oh my gosh. Wait until you see the shirt she's wearing too, by the way. You have to see the shirt this lady's wearing. Here, let me put it on. And this is Justin Anderson was the neighbor that live recorded this on his phone and called it in right away. Thank goodness. So that's why it's on the phone. There's nothing I could do about that. Like, it's literally a recording on his phone. Let me make this full screen for you. Oh no, not me. Why is that scrolling on the bottom? Sorry, guys. Thank you very much, Sammy, for that. That was a very nice gift that you sent me. I appreciate it. And every penny does help, so I do. Because I do pay for the StreamYard. I do pay for all of that. I do. It's not, like $5 anymore. StreamYards was like $10 a month, I think, when I first started using it. Now it's like, what, $50, $60 a month? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So thank you. That was very kind.
Breathe. Just breathe, okay? Help is here.
So I just want to remind you that this is unsettling. It is unsettling. So if you don't want to hear it, just, mute it, maybe come back in about 10 minutes if you'd like, or come back on the replay if you'd like. Because I am going to try to talk about, Sebastian Rogers and listen to the interview, because I haven't listened to all of it. So I was going to listen to pieces of it, after all of this, if I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, because I don't know if you can tell, but the last medicine that I have to get now really takes a toll on me. So it's starting to make me feel kind of crappy, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to try, guys.
Heavy, breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, okay? Help is here. Help is here. Help is here. Breathe. I know it's cold, but breathe, okay? You're okay. This ain't gonna happen to you again. Heavy, breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, okay? Help is here. Help is here.
Let me just put the trigger warning up. It's very heartbreaking. And to hear her saying that she's scared, I just can't even imagine. When my little girl just started finally having beginning communicative speech, and when she says she's scared over things that you wouldn't think are scary, but to her they're scary, right? It just breaks you into a billion pieces. How could you ever put a child, let alone a special needs child, whether they're 50 or 100, that's supposed to be this woman's child. She's been her foster mom. She's been her mother for years. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thanks, Anne. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. I don't know that if he's gonna need anything else because he had the surgeries and he's fine. He just started walking a couple weeks ago. But if he doesn't get any more feeling on the bottom of the foot, we're gonna have to, check it out. Definitely. Thank you. But look at this woman's shirt. Look at her come out. Here she comes, moseying on out.
That's not me talking inside.
Did you hear her? Can I put my dogs up? She's pretending that she's putting the dogs up as you hear this poor young girl saying how scared she is. Can you believe this? And this woman has the audacity to look at her neighbor saying, can I put my dogs up? So you know what that means, right? Like she's obviously, it's not a secret that the girl's right there. It's not a little girl, but still. Cognitively, she's younger, right? She's special needs. So it doesn't matter if she's 50, 80. That's supposed to be her child. She's supposed to be taking care of her. And there she is talking about putting her dogs up with this young lady and dogs and the dogs. You hear her? What are you scared of, Emily? Look what it says. I'm one of those crazy people. That's the shirt the lady has on. It literally says, I'm one of those crazy people. My God.
Yeah. You locked your kid in a dog kennel.
Yes, because she's tearing up everything in his
You really think locking a kid in a special needs kid? A special needs kid? Locking her up in a dog kennel?
Put this dog in there.
No, you understand how that is on a special needs kid? To where I get home and I hear somebody screaming like that? Yeah, look at your face. You hear that precious child?
She's screaming how scared she is. That just that I can't even.
And I know you have more than just her that's special needs. And I can hear you calling them the R word. They are special needs.
Now, he had already called the police, everybody. He's already called the police, and they're on their way. But here she is, standing there with him. Doesn't take her out of the dog kennel. Leaves her in there. She should rot in that jail cell, in my opinion. Rot.
And you're calling them retarded? And locking them in a freaking dog kennel. Are you serious? You're not here.
What are you scared of, Emily?
She walked
Can you believe she says, what are you scared of?
into a fucking kennel, bro. That's what she's scared of. That's wrapped up that you cannot see. That's what she's scared of. Somebody that is a mom that's supposed to protect their kid. You don't hear her. You have no remorse. They're banging.
Now, she just stands there in that t-shirt, doesn't try to get her out or anything.
On your door.
Okay.
So he had just said that the police are at the door. And thank God they were at the door. And now he tries to soothe this young lady until they can come and get her out.
No, go get them. It's okay, sweetheart. Baby, breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, okay? Help is here. Help is here. Help is here. Breathe. I know it's cold, but breathe, okay? You're okay. This ain't gonna happen to you again. I know. I know. I know. But guess what? You don't have to be scared anymore. Just a few more minutes, okay? Just a few more minutes. It's okay, sweetie. It is okay. This won't happen to you ever again. It's all right. It's okay. We got you help, all right? What's your name?
Emily.
I'm Justin, okay? Emily, it's gonna be okay. Here, can you see me right here?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm so sorry.
Are you one of the police officers?
No, ma'am. I'm not. I'm your neighbor. I'm your neighbor, and I've heard you so many times. I got you help, okay? This will never happen again. How many times has this happened?
It's happened a lot.
That she locks you in?
I feel like it's not worth anything.
Hey. This happens a few times or a lot?
It's happened a lot.
A lot?
And I'm scared.
I know. Emily, right?
Man,
Okay, hey,
I feel like it's worth it.
hey, it's okay. Just talk to me, okay? Talk to me. How old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22? It's okay. The help is here. If you look behind you, Emily, there's a police officer, okay? Tell him what you just told me, okay? It's okay. Breathe, okay?
Come on out, sweetheart. Come on out. Come on out.
Where, do you hear me?
Can you believe it? So in a situation like that, I would think that's definitely a CPS type of situation. You call law enforcement, right? That's not what we're talking about. It's not the same as, what Threatt is saying about, the village of all of us. It truly, it takes a village of neighbors and friends and community members stepping up and supporting families and making sure that we hold everybody accountable without any immediate escalations, trusting the authorities like the neighbor did here to come and to assist. And he tried to just calm the young lady down, did the best that he could. And Threatt did his due diligence, right, in that situation. But I feel like this is definitely a whole different, horrible, just unbelievable situation. Just unbelievable. Trying to see about the interview. Now, I didn't get to watch, excuse me, Josh Anderson's interview. Let's see. Justin Anderson. Interview. Is this it? Oh, here is the beginning of the video where he walks over to the fence. I don't know if you know it here. Let me show you that really quick. Because he lived across the street. He was just a neighbor. But he went over there because he had heard it. Oh my gosh, she's crying that she needs to go to the bathroom. Unbelievable. My God, I hope this woman rots in prison. I really do. I'm sure a lot of us do.
Is everything okay?
Can you imagine? This is exactly why it's not a bad thing to have your neighborhood watch and have your nosy neighbors. I fully enjoy having community awareness and talking to one another in the Facebook groups that are just for the people that live where you live. Like, I think it's important because it's stuff like this. If he just ignored the yelling, God knows what would have happened to this woman. How many more times would this happen to her? How bad could it get? How bad could the escalation get? I can't even imagine. What kind of fence is that?
God, I gotta pee.
Where, do you hear me?
You talking to me, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Where was this? Let me see. It's Kandice. They call her Candy. She did get arrested. Thank God. Hang on. Where was this?
There's nothing I can say.
Oh, that is criminally obsessed. Is this the one that shows her getting arrested? Let's see.
I'm Caitlin Leggett in Anson, where what should have been a quiet evening pierced by the screams of a disabled woman who was locked in a dog kennel in the house right here behind me.
You hear that precious child? And I know you have more than just her that's special needs.
This is video we obtained from a concerned neighbor, Justin Anderson, who reported to police on November 22nd that a young disabled woman was being kept in a dog kennel. We want to warn viewers that the video you're about to see may be graphic and viewer discretion is advised. Anderson, the neighbor who called police, recorded the incident around 8 p.m. Saturday night. He describes what he saw and heard that night.
You watch, you can hear her trying to get out.
Video, you can see the young woman trying to break through the locked kennel. A 60-year-old Kandice, or Candy Thompson, who can be seen here in the video, was arrested on multiple charges, including aggravated kidnapping and injury to a disabled individual.
She was in Wiley, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. Oh, no, that's not it. What is that? Sorry, that's somebody else with the same name.
First arrested Saturday, released on bond where she returned home to the foster children, and then re-arrested on aggravated kidnapping charges on Tuesday. We spoke with the City of Anson police chief about the incident.
Officers responded and they located a 22-year-old female locked in a dog kennel in the backyard of that residence.
According to police, there were 2 adult foster children in the home at the time of the arrest. Anderson describes what he felt that night.
Scared for somebody like that. I mean, you know, you see this on crime TV.
It's Anson, Texas. And that's Justin Anderson. And it happened on the 22nd of November. And that young lady was a 22-year-old. Her name's Emily. And she does have a variety of special needs, as well as 2 other foster siblings.
Or, movies and stuff like that and I didn't think that it being this close right there that it would happen in my backyard.
When neighbors asked Thompson why she did it, she responded because the woman was urinating everywhere and tearing her house up. Another neighbor told us she was in shock.
It's just hard. It's just amazing what somebody who's in charge of disabled, mentally challenged girls will do to them. I don't understand.
Thompson and her late husband, who was the former Anson police chief, have fostered over 50 children together over the years before his passing in 2020. Officials say the investigation is still active. The victim...
Can you believe that? A former police chief, but he's no longer alive, so we have no idea. Right now, I don't know what kind of, foster parent he was, but it wouldn't seem to me like this happens overnight. I mean, although the woman did seem to be in a psychosis, like her shirt said. I mean, my gosh, the shirt she was wearing.
Is now safe, and the suspect remains in custody, facing multiple felony charges.
We're serious about protecting, especially our most vulnerable citizens.
KTexas attempted to talk to relatives who are currently at the residence and to Thompson at the Jones County Jail, but they all declined to comment.
I just felt sorry for those girls. And I don't talk loud, I talk soft, and I don't hear well, but I knew something was going on over there, right? And I'm so glad Justin stepped up to the plate.
Can you believe that? Like, that's how many people heard this and knew stuff was wrong and nobody did anything? I just can't understand how in the heck. I wonder if it's because they were worried because of the late husband being in the police department. Oh, I know. You that's like, ugh. I know it's very overused term that evil doesn't discriminate, but that's what my Nana always said, nothing ever discriminates. It gets into everything, everywhere. There's always someone. There's not one career, one religion, one family. There's always someone, right? Statistically speaking. Ugh, God, that's so disturbing. I was hoping to see I thought they had the hearing.
I'm Caitlin Leggett.
Not on my list, and I had a whole bunch of stuff on my list. I don't know what happened to it. But 2 years ago, cops rescued kidnapped woman chained to floor in Kentucky home. God. What is this? A mother and grandmother arrested after the 2-year-old is found in the woods overnight.
Our top story at 6 tonight, a 2-year-old girl caught on a game camera wandering alone in the woods on the south side, only wearing a dress and no shoes. Now her mother and grandmother have been arrested and are facing charges. KENS 5's Mike Jimenez has the latest.
Deputies say the little girl showed up on the game camera around 3 a.m. early Friday morning on the south side. And as temperatures dropped into the 40s, deputies say that created a potentially life-threatening situation for the little girl.
It was a property owner who noticed the video around 6 a.m. and called the Bexar County Sheriff's Office to report what she had found on her game camera. That started a search for the little girl. Around 7:20 Friday morning, deputies say the child's mother, Haley Peoples, told them the 2-year-old had gotten out of the home earlier that morning. Peoples claimed she found the toddler around 4:15 a.m., but did not call authorities for several hours, while deputies were actively searching for her daughter. Deputies say when they got to the 2-year-old's home, they found unsafe living conditions, including trash, soiled clothing, rotting food, rat droppings, and a heavy odor of urine. The toddler was also found soiled. EMS was called and requested a medical evaluation. Deputies say Peoples refused care and refused to change the child's clothes. Because of the hazardous conditions of the home, the refusal of medical care, and the severe risk to the child, deputies detained Peoples. During their investigation, deputies say the toddler's grandmother, Rebecca Kelly, returned to the home but left after they asked her to wait for a supervisor. Deputies learned Kelly had gone to her grandchildren's school, Harmony Elementary, where she tried to remove 3 other siblings from class before 9 a.m. School staff reported Kelly claimed Child Protective Services was coming and told the children not to talk about what happened, calling it, quote, a private family matter, unquote. Deputies say Kelly was detained at the school. All 4 children, who were all under 8 years old, were taken to the hospital for evaluation.
Now, the 2-year-old's mother, Peoples, was arrested for abandoning, endangering of a child with imminent danger of bodily injury, while the toddler's grandmother, Kelly, was arrested for interference of an investigation of abuse.
Now, see, this is the stuff we were talking about earlier. How does this make any sense? So basically, it sounds like maybe poverty plays a role. I mean, this doesn't make any sense. So the little girl wandered out. They got her home. I would need way more information considering what's happening to a lot of the kids that are getting removed and what we just watched. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. This is weird. Now, that's very possible, UA. That's very possible. But they didn't say anything about drugs. It's weird. I guess we'll have to wait. Now I'm going to have to follow up on this, which is so difficult because a lot of times you don't really hear anything. You can't really find anything. I'm going to write this down. 1 second. But they found her. I'd like to know, how did they find her right away? How long was she out? So strange. Where was this? 2-year-old found in woods. San Antonio, Texas? What is going on in Texas? It's everywhere. Ugh. There's too many of these. There's just too many of these. I can't wait till tomorrow morning because I want to do the live stream all about the Secret Santas and all some uplifting stuff. This is horrible. Another child dies on somebody. What is this? Law and crime. Florida first responders rushed to a Hardy County home after a panicked family member called 911. Tracy Nix had gone out to lunch with friends on a 90-degree day. When she returned, she neglected to remember the most important individual in her back seat, her 7-month-old grandchild, Uriel. Turns out Uriel wasn't the only child harmed in Nix's care. 11 months earlier, Nix's 16-month-old grandson drowned in a pond in her care while she was asleep. Oh, my Lord.
911, where is your emergency? I'm on with my niece in the car. We need EMS, like, immediately.
What?
Please. All right. Your niece was left in the car? Ma'am, how old is your niece? I don't know.
This is absolutely nuts. I didn't get to see it, UA. I didn't see it yet. I'm trying to catch up on everything. I haven't gotten to see it yet. I didn't get to listen to the whole interview from Sunday yet. Yeah, I try not to do all like the straight through stuff. What footage is it? Where's it from? I saw, what did I see last? I saw, I think I was on Vinny Palatone, was it Court TV? I saw Pascal, Chris McDonough, and SF. That was a couple weeks ago, though. Hello, Pam, how are you? Oh, that's interesting. I always speculated about the cemetery in the beginning before everything got all crazy. Only because remember that Riley Lively girl? She put out some weird crap about the cemetery. She was very interesting. She came across very interestingly. That's all I can say. I don't know her from a hole in the world, and I'm trying not to judge people that I don't know, but it's almost impossible. Like, she put out some really cryptic shit. I don't know if you ever saw it, where she insinuated his deceased body was in the brush back in April, and then she took it down sometime in June. And then anytime anybody ever asked about the cemetery and the rumors and all this stuff, it just was like a whole thing. As is everything, as you know. Oh, that makes sense. See, I didn't know if they really did or they didn't. Oh, excuse me. It did a video on it now. I'll have to go look. Like, is it actual like video or is it enhanced video or? I was still trying to understand the surveillance of that they played on Court TV, because it looked like there was somebody outside there. I don't know who it was, kneeling down in the grass. And yeah, I knew they had done a search there and stuff, but so basically she was, that's really kind of gross. I guess I didn't want to believe that it was being done at the same time as that, because that's kind of beyond clickbaity. Yeah, sure. Can you give me like 5 minutes? I just want to go get a drink and something to something to drink. I could just start another live if you want. I could separate this. Whatever you want to do. I haven't even seen it yet. Well, I do remember hearing that. All right, I'll start another live up then. And then I'll be back in like 5 minutes then. Hang on, let me get the link. Maybe I can make it and I'll post the link here so you have it. I gotta learn how to do this better. This is not good. I was doing better with it a year ago. working. Hold on one moment. Oh, I think I got it. I think I might have gotten it. Let's see. Sorry, guys. It's taking me like forever to do things right now. What time is it? It's 12:08 Central. 12:08. So I'll put 12:15 Central, which is what, 1:15 Eastern? I mean, it doesn't matter what time it starts. I just really need the link for you. Okay, here we go. Invite. And... All right, there's the link. All right, I'm going to go get a drink, and I guess I'll close this out. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me and keeping me company while we go over some of these shocking, appalling atrocities. I don't even have words for some of what we watched tonight, but it was nice to see that guy walk that little girl to school, and it seems like he really is deserving of the opportunities that have been coming this way. So that's great to see, and it seems like they really are helping the family instead of just immediately removing her. So that's fantastic, and I'm happy to see that other lady get arrested, and I hope she rocks, because that is just, my God, heinous. And if you want to come over to, we're going to do another stream so I could learn about what if the cemetery footage and talk more about it. I haven't talked to UA, and I know that a lot of times it seems like we have different opinions, so I'm interested in hearing what she has to say, and I'm always open to talking to people and, you know, hearing everybody's thoughts on everything. So I'm excited to chat with you. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for coming by, everyone.
It's a true crime Christmas where everyone's a sleuth. The suspect's in the eggnog, the alibi's the proof. Mom's got her podcast spinning tales of doom, but the cat ate the cookies in the other room. It's getting to look like Griffith's live streams every night. They say be kind, rewind, oh but nah, not tonight. Mom and lost her marbles chasing ghosts online. But who needs sanity when the algorithm shines? Dad's in the basement with a chalkboard full of clues. Sister's got a notebook and she's quoting interviews. Grandma's knitting sweaters with conspiracies in thread, while Uncle Joe's convinced the reindeer faked their sled. It's getting to look like Christmas live streams every night. They say be kind, rewind, oh but nah, not tonight. Mommy lost her marbles chasing ghosts online. pencil, but the vibe's a crime scene. Who took the last candy cane? Forensic routine. The stockings are hung with the suspect's face. True crime Christmas. This family's misplaced. It's getting to look like Christmas live streams every night. They say be kind, rewind, oh but nah, not tonight.